Are you here to discuss your orders, Ada? Or is there something else you want? Your orders were to find that 6th house base near Narmok, kill the 6th house priest Dagoth, and bring me a full report on the 6th house base. Don't come back until you've completed the mission. Champion Rezapulia at Fort Buckmoth says a patrol found a 6th house base in a cave the locals call a Lunaby. However, the one trooper who escaped to report has died of corpus disease. Before he died, the trooper reported fighting with monsters and cultists, and something about a powerful 6th house priest called Dagoth. But go talk to Rezapulia at Fort Buckmoth. She'll have all the details. I don't know much about it. I've never seen a case myself. You can get it from contact with the red mountain monsters they call corpus beasts. I think it's like a blight disease, only worse. It usually drives victims mad, and causes terrible, deformed growths on the body. I'll check my informants, and find out how to cure it. In the meantime, just follow your orders. I don't know what else to do. Fort Buckmoth is the Imperial Legion's garrison for Redarin District. The fort lies south of Aldirun, a short walk from Aldirun's south gate.
What do you want? Under sun and sky, Outlander. What do you want of me, Outlander?
I do enjoy a good conversation. How fare thee, friend?
I'm Moss Alanier Marion the Breton, Guild Guide.
How fare thee, friend?
I'm Reza Pulia, champion of the Legion garrison here at Buckmoth Legion Fort. And you're Ada. Caius Cosadas sent you, didn't he? Caius says you're the one to handle this 6th house base near Narmak. Only one trooper returned. He died soon after, horribly disfigured with corpus disease, and out of his wits. In his ravings, he spoke of a cavern on the coast. He called it Illunabi. It's not on our maps. Try asking locals in Narmak. They fought with cultists and disfigured man-beasts corpus monsters, I think. They fled the attackers and got lost in the caves. Then they ran into a half-man creature named Dagoth Gers. This Dagoth Gers slew the rest of the patrol, but spared the one trooper. He told the trooper he was being spared, so he might tell others that. The sleeper awakes. End. The 6th house has risen. End. Dagothwar is Lord, and I am his priest. End. All will be one with him in the flesh. The trooper awakened outside the caves and returned here. We couldn't recognize him, and he didn't respond to questions, just kept rambling on like a madman until he died. That's what the dead trooper called the sea caverns where he found the 6th house base. It's not on our maps, and no one here has heard of it. Maybe the locals in Narmak can tell you where to find it. Or you may have to search for it yourself. Narmak is an island fishing village on the Bitter Coast, roughly west of Caldera and Al Dirun. Here. Let me mark it on your map. There is no marked route to Narmak from Al Dirun. It's no easy trip. Our patrols take the Balmora Road. At the Nissis Balmora Al Dirun signpost, go south, then immediately west on a side road to Drulene Fallon's cottage. Then head cross-country west to the coast, with the old Dunmer stronghold at Andesreth as a landmark. When you hit the coast, turn south. Follow the coast, wading around headlands when necessary. Pass a shipwreck. When the coast levels out and turns from barren rock to green swamp, you're in the Bitter Coast region. Keep south, with the water on your left, until you see Narmak, an island just off the coast. There's a crude plank bridge through some rocks to the island itself. It's a rough place, popular with adventurers, smugglers, and outlaws, but maybe someone in Narmak can tell you how to find the Illunabi Sea Caverns.
Seen any elves?
Well met.
Good day, Outlander. I'm Balmora's caravaner. Tell me your destination, and
Where would you like to go?
I'm Sentius Viros, shipmaster of the Coast Guard. I row regular patrols around the coast, spotting
I can spare a few moments, if you care to talk.
Welcome to HLA Ode, stranger. I'm Bailani Salaval, HLAO's shipmaster, at your service. From HLAO I can take you to Sedonin or Narmak on my ship Harpy. I'm Andilothelas. And this is Narmak. And you're Ada? Fine. That's all taken care of. Now, why don't you tell me what you want? Everyone's worried about those two breeding Netch that have been attacking. That's right. There's a pair of them that wander about north of here. They've come near the town a few times. We drove them off, but I'm sure they'll be back unless someone does something. Ashlanders are the nomadic Dunmer barbarians of the Morrowind wastelands. They live in camps of small, mobile huts, herding goor and hunting wildlife for meat and hides. By tradition, the Ashlanders claim the right to raid settlements and other tribes for booty and slaves. The Ashlanders worship their ancestors, and are led by their Ashkan war chiefs, counseled by the arcane wisdom and prophecies of their wise women. If you plan to visit them, you should know something of Ashlander customs. Take care when visiting an Ashlander camp. Among clan and kin, Ashlander courtesy is very proper and polite, but you are a stranger, so remember that Ashlanders hate foreigners. Ashlander challenges are very solemn and serious things, do not make a challenge lightly. And know the customs of Ashlander gifts, they are not offended by gifts of money, and take them as tokens of deference and respect. And among outcast Ashlanders, beware the Mabrigish, renegade witch warrior women who practice dark magics. A Mabrigish is an Ashlander witch warrior, a renegade wise woman who has forsaken the established rules of behavior for an Ashlander woman to become a master of dark magic and the weapons of war. By secret rituals the Mabrigish steals a man's vital essence and makes herself a powerful sorcerer and warrior. The manifestation of her dark power is called a ghost snake that paralyzes and drains a victim's vitality. Dagoth is the evil immortal enemy of the Tribunal Temple cult. The temple blames Dagoth and his hosts for all the evils that beset the Dunmer and Morrowind. Dagoth dwells in fiery caverns beneath Red Mountain, served by his kin and legions of monsters. Illuminabi Caverns. That's what they call the Old Sea Cave up on the north end of the island, right on Cartag Point. Don't poke around in there. It's a convenient smuggler's hole, and they might not welcome visitors. Yes, that's on the western coast, not far from here. It's a gigantic boulder. Some of the orcs consider it a landmark. Why, I don't know. Some orc or another jumped off on a dare. It didn't end well. The sixth house greets you, Lord Narivar. Or Ada, as you call yourself. I am known as Dagoth Garrus, priest of Alunabi Shrine, and minister to sixth house servants. My lord, Dagoth has informed me of your coming. I wish that this time you had come to honor your lord's friendship, not to betray it. Dagoth is the awakened lord of the sixth house, come to cast down false gods, drive foreigners from the land, and restore the ancient glory of Morrowind. He bids you come to Red Mountain. For the friendship and honor that once you shared, he would grant you counsel and power, if only you would pledge that friendship anew. The path to Red Mountain is long, and filled with danger, but if you are worthy, you will find there wisdom, a firm friend, and all the power you need to set the world aright. Ilunabi Shrine is just a small, quiet retreat for sixth house servants, a place to contemplate and grow strong and wise in Lord Dagoth's ways. Here we share the sacraments of flesh and blood, and dream the dreams of our Lord. This and other lesser shrines are hidden from prying eyes throughout the land. But the greatest shrines of sixth house servants lie beneath Red Mountain, in the citadels of our Lord and his close kin. Lord Dagoth gives me these words to say to you, so you may give them thought. Once we were friends and brothers, Lord Narivar, in peace and in war. Yet beneath Red Mountain, you struck me down as I guarded the treasure you bound me by oath to defend. But, remembering our old friendship, I would forgive you, and raise you high in my service. My Lord Dagoth bids you come to Red Mountain. For the friendship and honor that once you shared, he would grant you counsel and power, if only you would pledge that friendship anew. I am not your Lord Dagoth, yet I, too, would say to you, do you come with weapons to strike me down? Or would you put away your weapon, and join me in friendship? The sixth house was not dead, but only sleeping. Now it wakes from its long dream, and with its lord, Dagoth, it comes forth to free Morrowind of foreign rulers and divine pretenders. When the land is swept clean of false friends and greedy thieves, the children of Velith will build anew a garden of plenty in this blighted wasteland. Forgive the rude welcome, but until you have declared for us, we must treat you as our enemy. The sleepers and dreamers are newly come to Lord Dagoth, and not yet blessed with his power. But the children of his flesh, they are deep in the heart of his mysteries. Their bodies swell to contain his glory, and to yield the rich sacraments of our Lord's feasts. And we are the least of his servants, for ash poets, ascended sleepers, and ash vampires stand high above us in the Lord's bountiful grace. Lord Dagoth would far rather have you as a friend than as an enemy. But until you submit to him, sixth house servants will treat you as an enemy, and try to destroy you. If you wish to be our friend, first you must go to Lord Dagoth in his citadel on Red Mountain, and make your submission. Lord Narivar Indoril, Hyres Dania. My lord, friend, and companion. Once we were friends and brothers, Lord Narivar, in peace and in war. No houseman ever served you better, or more faithfully. Much that I did was at your command, at great cost to myself, and my honor. Yet beneath Red Mountain, you struck me down as I guarded the treasure you bound me by oath to defend. It was a cruel blow, a bitter betrayal, to be felt by your hand. But, remembering our old friendship, I would forgive you, and raise you high in my service. The sixth house was not dead, but only sleeping. Now we wake from our long dream, coming forth to free Morrowind of foreign rulers and divine pretenders. When the land is swept clean of false friends and greedy thieves, the children of Velith will build anew a garden of plenty in this blighted wasteland. Come to Red Mountain, old friend. For the fellowship and honor that once we shared, I would grant you counsel and power, if only you would pledge that friendship anew. The path to Red Mountain is long, and filled with danger, but if you are worthy, you will find there wisdom, a firm friend, and all the power you need to set the world aright. As ever, your respectful servant and loyal friend, Lord Vorin Dagoth, Dagoth.
to talk. My pleasure, really.
Are you here to discuss your orders, Ada? Or is there something else you want? With Dagoth Ger's dead, the 6th House Shrine is no longer a threat. You've more than earned a promotion to the rank of Traveler. I'm very worried that you have Corpus disease. But I have some good news in that department. I canvassed my informants for possible treatments, just in case you contracted the disease during your mission. I learned from Fast Eddie that your best chance of getting cured is Devate FYR, an ancient Telvanni wizard who runs a corpusarium for victims of the disease. Here. Take this Dmer artifact and 1000 dregs, and go to tell FYR. Devate FYR will like the Dmer artifact. A gift may sweeten his disposition. The gold is for expenses. And here are a couple of levitation potions. I hear you'll need them in Telvanni towers, because wizards don't use stairs. So get moving, and get that Corpus disease cured. Then hurry back. I think I know how to get the lost prophecies Nibani Misa asked for. Are you here to discuss your orders, Ada? Or is there something else you want? That's worrying. The 6th house does exist. And, for some reason, they want you dead. Perhaps it is not safe to sleep in town. Makes it too easy for them to find you. Word of new Outlanders gets around fast here. Maybe camping out in the backcountry is safer. Or maybe you should take the fight to them. They might have a base nearby.
Sixth House Base. The Spymaster has sent me to find a 6th House base near Narmak. There I must kill a 6th House priest named Dagoth Gers, and bring the Spymaster a full report on the 6th House base. But first I need to speak to Rezapulia, the champion of Fort Buckmoth. She'll tell me about the patrol that found the base, and how to find it. The Spymaster says a patrol found a 6th House base in a cave the locals call Alunabi. However, the one trooper who escaped to report died of Corpus disease. Before he died, the trooper encountered monsters, cultists, and a powerful 6th House priest called Dagoth Gers. The Spymaster says to go talk to Rezapulia, champion of Fort Buckmoth. She'll give me the details. I spoke with Rezapulia. The trooper who escaped died mad and disfigured with Corpus. The cavern with the 6th House base Alunabi is not on the maps. I'll ask in Narmak about Alunabi. The patrol fought cultists, disfigured man-beasts, and a half-man creature named Dagoth Gers. Dagoth Gers killed all the patrol, but sent one survivor out with messages about awakened sleepers and Lord Dagothor. The priest of Alunabi Shrine tells me that Dagothor bids me come to Red Mountain, where he would grant me counsel and power, if only I would pledge that friendship anew. He says the path to Red Mountain is long, and filled with danger, but there I will find wisdom, a firm friend, and all the power I need to set the world aright. So Dagothor hopes to attract me to his service with promises of friendship and power. Dagoth Gers says Alunabi Shrine is only a small, quiet retreat where 6th House servants share the sacraments of flesh and blood, and dream the dreams of their lord. He says other lesser shrines are hidden throughout the land, but the greatest shrines of 6th House servants lie beneath Red Mountain, in the citadels of our lord and his close kin. Dagoth Gers addressed me as if I were Lord Narivar, giving me Dagothor's words. Dagothor says Narivar and he were friends and brothers, but that Narivar struck Dagothor down beneath Red Mountain while Dagothor protected a treasure Narivar had sworn Dagothor to protect. Yet Dagothor offers to forgive me and raise me high in his service. So Dagothor thinks I'm Lord Narivar. I wonder about their history together. Dagoth Gers says the 6th House was only sleeping. Now Dagothor and the 6th House will free Morrowind of foreign rulers and divine pretenders. When the land is swept clean of false friends and greedy thieves, the children of Velith will build anew a garden of plenty in this blighted wasteland. So the 6th House means to drive out the Empire, overthrow the Temple, and restore the pre-imperial Dunmer nation of Morrowind. Dagoth Gers describes the sleepers and dreamers as new and weak worshippers. But the children of his flesh, I think he means the Corpus beasts, are deep in the heart of his mysteries. He also says that he and the servants of Alunabi we are the least of Dagoth's servants, and that servants called Ash Poets, Ascended Sleepers, and Ash Vampires are more powerful and more blessed by Lord Dagoth. Dagoth Gers says Lord Dagoth would far rather have me as a friend than as an enemy. But until I submit to Lord Dagoth, 6th House servants will treat me as an enemy. If I want to be a friend of the 6th House, first I must go to Lord Dagoth in his citadel on Red Mountain, and make my submission. I have killed Dagoth Gers, as the spymaster ordered. But with his dying breath, Dagoth Gers pronounced a curse on me, and now I have the Corpus disease. He said I would come to Dagothur in his flesh, and of his flesh. I don't feel any different, but the marks of the disease are plain on my face. I'll have to return and report to the spymaster on the 6th House base, and hope he knows of some way to cure this disease. 27 Suns Dusk, Day 104. I told the spymaster how 6th House cultists attacked me as I slept in bed. The spymaster said it may not be safe to sleep in town. Perhaps I should search for a nearby base, and attack them before they attack me.